Welcome back to Press Review. Let's start by taking a look at today's front pages in the Middle East. Egypt Independent leads reporting that Cairo Criminal Court has resumed the first session of the retrial of former President Hosni Mubarak and his sons Alaa and Gamal over seizing 125 million Egyptian guinea of financial allocations for presidential palaces. It also reports that Prime Minister Hazem al-Bablawi has issued a decree turning the Halayeb village of the city of Shalatin on the Red Sea into a city that encompasses the villages of Abu Ramad and Ras Hadriba. From Israel, the Jerusalem Post leads its front page, reporting on the talks between Iran and P5+1, with Iranian officials saying that the Islamic Republic will not negotiate away any facilities in its nuclear program as part of a comprehensive deal. It also reports on Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's visit to the Golan Heights, in what the paper describes as a campaign to show the true face of Iran. Iran's Tehran Times reports that the 9th session of the Parliamentary Union of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation kicked off in Tehran yesterday, with the attendance of representatives from 47 OIC member states. It also reports on the P5+1 and Iran talks in Vienna, saying that the talks got off to a good start and that negotiations will be lengthy and complicated. Saudi Arabia's Arab News leads reporting that preparations have been made for women to participate in the third municipal elections next year. It also reports on Crown Prince Salman's 4-day visit to Japan in an effort to boost Saudi-Japanese bilateral ties. Now let's take a look at the top headlines from UK papers. The Daily Telegraph's front page says David Cameron is saying that he is giving unemployed Britons new hope and responsibility by cutting their benefit payments, and claims that his welfare reforms are part of a moral mission for the country. It also reports on the Kiev protests after the fierce fighting between police and demonstrators claimed 18 lives, according to the paper. The Times leads today reporting that plans to share the private medical data of NHS patients have been shelved for at least 6 months after health chiefs conceded that they had failed to explain the scheme properly and needed to restore public confidence. It also features an article which reveals that scientists are developing the ultimate lie detector for the digital age, a system that can instantly judge between truth in fiction in 140 characters or less, and features a picture of riot police in Kiev as 9 people are killed in the Ukrainian capital. The Independent also takes a look at the NHS, reporting that the data programme, which was scheduled to begin collecting confidential information from GPs in April, will now be delayed until autumn, allowing the NHS more time to inform people about the benefits of using the information. The paper also reports that Nick Clegg and Ed Miliband have backed reforms of Prime Minister's questions, and features a picture of protesters in Kiev. The Guardian leads its front page on the Kiev protests as it features a protester engulfed in flames during fatal clashes with security forces. It also reports on charities, saying that the Department for Work and Pensions presides over a culture of fear in which job seekers are set unrealistic targets to find work or risk their benefits being taken away. And also reports that more than 500 Indian migrant workers, among those building the infrastructure for the 2022 World Cup, have died in Qatar since January 2012. Now let's take a look at the top stories in international papers. The Washington Post front page, like many papers, leads with the Kiev protests as it features a picture of protesters and riot police during clashes. It also reports that the Department of Homeland Security wants a private company to provide a national license plate tracking system that would give the agency access to vast amounts of information. China's Global Times leads reporting that a postgraduate student who poisoned his roommate with a toxic chemical has been sentenced to death in Shanghai. It also reports that foreign direct investment inflows into China accelerated in January, underlining overseas investor confidence in the country as a favourable investment destination, and pictures a Thai policeman before marching forward to push back anti-government protesters. And finally, from Russia, the Moscow Times reports that 2 former Pussy Riot members have been detained in Sochi while walking down the street with a group of activists and journalists, and were allegedly beaten while in custody. It also reports on the deadly protests in Ukraine's capital yesterday, which claimed at least 4 lives. And for more updates, please visit Levant.tv. Thanks for watching. Be sure to join us again tomorrow. Bye for now.